Hello and welcome. What does story say? Loud Talk Story.
Gypsy and the Jew. Gypsy and the Jew. Gypsy never come home till 2:30. Oh, walking, Gypsy, walking through the door. Turn to your partner and show them what to do. I do not love nobody, nobody love me too. All I love is Gypsy, and Gypsy love me too.
Who can forget the play songs of yesteryear when we sang and danced with wild abandon to songs like Gypsy in the Moonlight? Like Dropping Peter and Jumbie Leffy Pipe, Gypsy in the Moonlight is one of the top songs. While I was investigating this song, I learned that it's sung differently in different parts of Guyana. I also learned that children aren't playing it that much anymore. Why? And here's the thing. It's sung differently across the Caribbean. I don't know if it's true, but I heard it originated in Trinidad and Tobago. Truth be told, no matter the variation or where it's sung, like language, it tells a story of our people. So my question is, how do you remember it being played or sung in the communities that you've come from? Please share. In one of the versions that is claimed to be the Trinidadian version, it establishes the context for the story. Gypsy was in the moonlight and in the Jew. She never went home till 2:30. Seems as though she went into some parlor, she was invited there to dance and to listen to the banjo. And somebody singing says, I do not love nobody, nobody love me too, but I would like to dance with you, meaning Gypsy. So that's the context for that story. If you have another version, please share. But that is what Uncle Google told me. So let's get on with the business of talking about Gypsy. Who is Gypsy? I assume Gypsy's a girl, but there's nothing in this song that says Gypsy's a girl. Nope. But let me take it from here. I'm going to deal with Gypsy as a boy another day. But today is Gypsy as a girl. And not only as a girl, but a teenage girl, or an underage girl, or a minor, as we say. So I thinking to myself, Gypsy and moonlight. Well, we know the importance of moonlight in the country. So it tells me that this thing must be happening in the country, the countryside, like Buxton and so. Gypsy in the moonlight. Well, I know as a girl, when you're in the moonlight, it's to tell story and jumbie story and thing. That's the moonlight. But if you're in the moonlight as a girl, you get another meaning. That means you're moonlighting. That means you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, like after dark things. Right? To moonlight is to be putting yourself out there in clandestine situations, doing surreptitious things, right? Things you don't want to do in the day. And they get certain kind of females who does be moonlighting, right? We get that. All right. So that's one difficulty for me with this teenager in the moonlight. Well, all right. Let me say she's precocious. And you mean she little bumptious. And she's smelling herself. We know them get them kind of ones though. Gypsy in the Jew. Well, I tell me now. Our Gypsy are a Jew. You know what it means to be in the Jew in Guyanese context? When you're taking a Jew, that means you're courting early aging. That means you're proper mash up and broke up, like you're grazing bad pasture, so your face hard. Let us say, don't take Naiju because your face does come hard. That means you last you like your little feminine juice. So you're supposed to protect yourself, and Naiju is not the business. Here we have Gypsy. If she's a girl, she in very, negative situations. But all we know that there were some girls who would get away and go to party at night, right? It's part of country life. Me not judge, me not point finger. What am I do? But me want to know if Gypsy do them kind of thing, or she do it according to the song, and she not get permission from she parents to go out. But first of all, a which parent go there encourage them girl picnic for come home after 2 morning? Ridiculous. So me ask my friend them, here the question me ask them. If Gypsy was your daughter, what you would have said to Gypsy? They say, who Gypsy? Me say, what you mean? They say, from the moonlight? I said, the same one. Everybody both laugh. Every single body. As soon as me ask them about Gypsy, they know which Gypsy. It seems as though that I get no more Gypsy. All right. Here what my body tell me. The first body tell me, say, girl, me not think me can relate it to my daughter them. But my mother, me know what she go say. My mother go say, you better be careful. What you look for, you go get it. You go get it. Whatever road get for you, you go find them. When other one say, our road get for you, make you go for come in this our morning. When other one say, take care. Yaga. Yaga is that warning word. Them ain't get no English translation for that. Yaga. I tell me if I know, me no. But take is Creolese for take care. And that take, that means take care with good wishes. Our warning. Our warning. The cat thing a come. Me ask my friend, my childhood friend from since Bladenall School. Me say, Sharon, girl, what you think you mean? She say, Gypsy, you do things. Me say, where you go tell Gypsy? She say, first of all, me go there. She is, where you coming from this hour morning? Of course. Well, I imagine that if was me Auntie Sybil and me Auntie Sissy and one of them girl picnic that coming 2:30, me can imagine. First of all, them sit down there all night to say, but where she there? But where this girl there? And where this girl there? And then they go stop talk and they go call the neighbor them. So by the time you see Gypsy go walking 2:30, when you see Gypsy crack the door, it's but 5 pairs of eyes are watch she. Me auntie, me another auntie, she mark May Francis, cousin Amy, and another one, all of them sit down there and watch she. Them arms crossed and asking she, is where you think you coming from? And if I know me Auntie Sybil good, she go start for say, find me Beta. Go find me Beta. She call one of them picnic for go find Shabita because Shabita was the rod of correction. Y'all know what is a beta? A beta is a broad piece of wood that they used to beat up sheets and clothes with when I wash it. And I had washing machine. They put it in a scrubbing board and they waxing it good. Plaques. It's the she would have called for Gypsy. But that is village life. Before y'all say me run my mouth and wash my mouth on Gypsy, let me tell y'all my own story. When I was young, I used to come from church and stand up at the paling there talking to a boy from church. I do this thing a couple Saturday night. Till one Saturday night, I go inside and see me auntie ironing she clothes. And she look up and she start tell the story elsewhere on the show. But she asked me who's the boy, and me tell she who's the boy. She said he is not villager, he is stranger. And then she turned and she said, what their head does drop a shoulder. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew that was a warning. Come to find out after much investigation, the by far was an abuser. Is drop he. And that was the last Saturday this gypsy was in the moonlight and the Jew. I was quite surprised she didn't call for the beater, but I'm sure she must realize me no know say me do anything wrong. She not give me none curfew and me no know me do anything wrong. But me self know me not coming 2 o'clock. Maybe not coming like 8:30 at night. So, me ask my friend John, me say, bye, what you would have say? You get picnic there, you know. He say, go back where you come from. Me say, bye, chuck it rude. You go tell you girl picnic there. He say, what? Me have to tell she there. Me make me picnic, me not make it mine. And she go back where she come from. So I start laugh. I go say that too. So I say, break it down for me. Say, man, you know, some of them girls say, they just be very disobedient. The hard is. Like the broke stick in the A's. And sometimes parents just disown them because of shame. So they don't want to know to own this behavior because that's not what they taught their children or their daughters. But then on the other side, he said, they get some families where they get women who practice that behavior, coming in late and having a strong nightlife, a very strong social life at night, whether it's liming on the road corner, playing domino, hanging out, or even having clandestine affairs. And then their daughters take pattern. So they would even say, look in the family and see who she take after. Or they would say, this girl like road, she just like a she auntie, she just like a she mama, or she like a she granny, been like road, she neighbor string barrier road. So it could be a characteristic of the family. So she has a social context within which she's operating. There you go, you have it. Me ask one another body, me say, what you been gonna say? By say, listen, me not ask she where you been, who you been with, what you been a do. None of them thing that. Me go say, Gypsy, come here. I'm not gonna ask you where you come from, or where you been, or who you been a do anything with. Because me not want you for lie and sin your soul. But me go assume anything about what you been a do, and what you been a say, and who you been with. So me not want you for answer me and tell lie. But me get one thing for tell you. Bucket a go well every day, one day bottom go left. All that me got to tell you. I just that me got to tell you. So, another body say, first of all, you know anybody can even get one key for walking them the mama house after 2 in the morning. Who got key? In countryside, they not give picnic key, so you can come and go as you like. You got to come in at decent hour. So for Gypsy for coming at the house, Gypsy proper bounces. So them say, Gypsy na country girl. Gypsy must a town girl. She na country girl. Well, me not if she town girl or country girl. Me just say what them tell me. And that is story say. So me also ask them, what wrong with Gypsy being on the road late at night? And they're going to make she come home 2:30. My friends say, listen to me. Then say only 2 kind people that's there road at them and what them da. Hoe and thief that's their road. Then again everybody else a road at 2 o'clock in the morning. What she got business for there do a road? And everybody say, which is a thing they used to do back in the day, pepper. I would not say more, me not promote violence, but at the reality, then get people do that to their daughter. And let me say it right now, it's wrong, wrong, wrong. You should go to jail for it. And any young girl listening to this, report them. You got rights. It might be wrong to break societal rules or your home rules, but 2 wrongs will make a right. And violence against your person is absolutely wrong. In fact, it's criminal. So people, we get a conundrum here. If Gypsy been a you girl, or Gypsy been a one village girl that you know, why you been go tell Gypsy? Is it your place for even tell Gypsy anything? But if a you picnic, how you would handle this situation? Next week, I'm going to tell you one different kind of breakdown of this Gypsy that had my head spinning and turning because I never really think about Gypsy that way. So I want to call it Gypsy 2.0 or Gypsy After Dark. So let me know the thing and I will go talk. And if me call you for give your version, I give me my version so I can tell the story, right? Are you all good? Gypsy in the moonlight, Gypsy in the Jew, Gypsy never come home till 2:30. Walking Gypsy, walking through the door and turn to your partner, show them what you do. Are you all good?
Gypsy walking through the door. Turn to your partner and show them what to do. I do not love nobody, nobody love me too. All I love is Gypsy and Gypsy love me too. Gypsy and the Jew. Gypsy never come home till 2:30. Oh, walking, gypsy, walking through the door. Turn to your partner and show them what to do. I do not love nobody, nobody love me too. All I love is Gypsy, and Gypsy love me too.